there's a lot of different kinds of companies, right? What I hear from really young people that want to start software development is they all want to go be video game developers. And the thing about video game development is it's like the salt mines of the software industry. And it tends to be like this sort of grindy, like we've seen in the last few years, video game development companies getting in trouble for abusing their workers and that kind of thing. And that's not everybody, right? But there's definitely that culture there. And there's some startups that are like everybody's all in all the time, and we're gonna live and sleep and eat here, and we're never going anywhere else. And like that's definitely out there. But the majority of software development, the thing about it is it's such a team sport in a lot of ways, right? And that burnout is really easy in our industry. And so we have a lot of stuff, and it's expensive, right? Like your top performing software developers, if they start to get burned out, now all of a sudden, they're maybe 1/10 or 1/100th as productive as they were before. And so there's a lot in the industry to try and help with that. So most companies are pretty responsible and pretty reasonable. The other thing is there's so much demand that it puts a lot of pressure on companies, right? Like if I burn out one of my devs at Notch 8 and they decide to go somewhere else, like that probably costs me $20,000 or $30,000, right? And I have to meet someone new, which I don't really want to do. I like working with the people that I work with right now, right? And so often, like, there's a lot of pressure to like keep that balance healthy and make it really, really work. The other thing that's interesting about software development from a work-life balance standpoint is you don't have to do the 9 to 5 once you have a little bit of experience, right? Like there's a lot of consulting, there's a lot of gig opportunities. We have one of the folks who comes into the classroom real frequently. His name is Ben Wanneker. You ask him, he'll tell you he's a professional musician. He does software on the side. Now, which of those pays his rents? I can tell you it's probably not being a professional upright bass player. But like that is where his like primary passion is, and he's able to do that and still kind of keep up with maybe working 20 25 hours a week, 30 hours a week, and really make that work well. And we've seen that folks, especially after a year or two, can really like live that life.
Yeah, I'm lucky to be in a company that allows us to work whenever we want. So after several years at the airport, I'm basically work like wake up super early. So I would like start at 4 and end by noon. Um, and that way I can take care of the kids. Like I can pick them up from school. I can like do stuff during the day while my wife finishes work, and that allows us to like have dinner, put the kids to bed, and things like that. But yeah, it's having a company that allows you to set up your priorities. But you also have to know your priorities and be like, okay, for this is my priority. Now this is my priority. But yeah, it's finding that where you know what you want and you go for it.
And Guerrero, do you have anything to add about that? Was there, maybe any benefits of kind of the work-life balance of being, getting into the developer position that you started to see? I know you're just getting out of the job search.
Yeah. When I was at Qcentrics, I loved it, man. It was just, I mean, just getting to work from home. It doesn't even feel like you're working. You can go down for a cup of, soda or juice, whatever you want to do, and then just come right back up. Um, yeah, there's a lot of meetings, but overall, though, it's well balanced. Like I said, it was um, definitely help with the stress. Just being able to get up and just take a break whenever you feel, not whenever you feel like it, but if you need one, you're free to just walk up and just take a 10-minute break. Um, so yeah, it's definitely that balance there. Um, and then also, yeah, like Matt was saying, the time wise, uh, a lot of companies are, they just, as long as you get those 8 hours in and you put that work in, they're fine with whatever time you're working. So it's pretty easy to balance.